Hello, welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another edition of George's Rants. So over the last two rides, this Michelin tire that I set up tubeless has been leaking air overnight, and I'm wondering what the heck's going on. So I've actually been holding a conversation with another gentleman named Ivan, and you know, we were both doing some troubleshooting steps on the video. Well, today, just getting ready to roll out, within, I don't know, 20-30 feet of the freaking driveway, the tire just freaking literally exploded. I mean, there's sealant freaking everywhere. So, okay, we're gonna put a new tire in, and this is what the inside of the tire looks when you're using this new Silca sealant, which is what I am trying to evaluate now. So this Silca sealant has these little carbon fiber bits in it, and I mean, you could just see it there. And according to them, these different size carbon fibers will help seal much better than just the latex by itself. So, you know, most people who have been experimenting and creating their own homebrew for sealant have used things like glitter, which here, of course, I had to get pink. But this I got from a craft store named Michael's, and I don't know if that's a nationwide chain, but that's what I tried a while ago. And I'm gonna mount a new tire because I'm just completely frustrated with that other tire. And this being a Michelin, it's this tire here in a 28 version, and it's a tubeless ready tire, and it does have a rotation arrow, which is right there, and sometimes hard to see, and it's right there. So when mounting a tire, ideally what you want to do is heed the rotation arrow. I honestly don't think it makes that much of a difference. I would love a tire engineer interview at some point to find out why or what catastrophic thing will happen if you don't have the the tire installed with the correct rotation arrow, or with the rotation of the tire taken into account. So now we're installing a new tire. Now, one of the things about this sealant that is a little bit of a pain is the fact that you can't pour it through the valve. So it makes a messy job even messier, right? So you have to pour it in through an open tire, like this. Now, as I mentioned before, this is a messy job to begin with. Now it gets even messier because you're trying to install a tire with the open sidewall, okay? Now, we've got the sealant hanging out down here. This tire, as you notice, has not been pre-seated. So, now this is a Michelin, not as notoriously difficult to install as a Continental 5000, but when you can't put enough pressure, okay, so that's on. Now I'm going to use a compressor because I have access to one, but these have inflated with a regular pump. So I'm very gingerly moving this. Let me connect my compressor. And during this inflation, the compressor might kick on, and then the camera does an auto, it compensates for the noise, and then you won't be able to actually hear my voice. So hang on. Well, there you go. Did I mention it was a messy job? So it didn't seat right away. It didn't seat right away, so now what we're going to do is try to increase the volume of air at one time by removing the valve stem. Sometimes you have to roll the sealant around the bead. So now you're asking yourself, why does tubeless sealant sound like or is sold as the panacea to everything when you got to go through this much trouble? And yeah, at this moment I'm wondering the same. So it seems to be in just one specific area that it's not seating. So I'm checking the tubeless tape, and it's in very good condition. So there's no tears, there's no rips, there's nothing there. So I have no idea why it's not seating. And I've got about 3 more minutes of this, and I'm going to abandon this setup here shortly. So since you can see there's plenty of sealant all over the place, we're going to add a little more. And now unfortunately I've got people waiting on me, so this is nothing but a huge pain for everyone involved, including myself. But you know, everyone else was ready to roll on time, and here I am with this tire problem. So if you're God, it just does not want to seat. You know, since we've wasted so much time already, what's another 10 minutes? So I'm going to try an experiment where I'm going to go back to a tire that I know and trust, that I've been using for years, and we're going to try something because I'm just curious if this will work. And this tire, as I mentioned earlier in the video, is very difficult to install. So the open container problem is going to be but let me try something. Yeah, see, these tires are so hard to get on. And of course, everything is now so slippery at getting Okay, people, we're going to cut the video off here because the rest of this is just going to be a tube install so we can get on the road. So there you go. If you ever wonder why Bike Shop charges you X amount to install a tubeless tire, well, that's why, because sometimes it just takes a long time to get them to seat. That's all for today. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you up the road.